Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, beta. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, beta, any doubts from the last class? Anybody having any doubts from the last class? Okay, if not, let us start with our class. So, we will be doing today, in the last class or last three classes, what we have done, we have seen how we can write a Fourier series for a function which is piecewise continuous and periodic. Is that okay? Now, suppose, so this topic is called Fourier half range series. Fourier half range series. Fourier half range series. So what is this? Suppose you are given a function f of x. Let f of x is a piecewise continuous function on an interval 0 to L. Fine. So just you are given a function on the interval 0 to L, and in that interval either your function is continuous or piecewise continuous. Fine. Now, can you write a Fourier series for this function? Can you write Fourier series for f of x valid on the interval 0 to L? So this is our question. Can we write Fourier series for f of x which is valid on the interval 0 to L? So can you tell me, is there any way we can do this? So this is a situation that you have, this is 0 here, x0, L here. You are given a function, say something like this. This is your f of x. And I want to write a Fourier series for this function. Nothing else is given. Only the value of function on the interval 0 to L is given. Anybody? Can you think of anything जो हमने last 3 lectures में किया है ताकि हम उस सिनेरियो में इसको फिट कर सकें? कुछ कर सकते हैं हम? इस फंक्शन को एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं किसी तरह से? Can we extend this function somehow so that it fits in that scenario जो हमने last 3 lectures में जिसका हमें Fourier series expansion लिखना आता है? So you see what we can do is, देखो आपको पता है कि Fourier series आप तभी लिख पाओगे if your function is periodic, right? And also, although we can deal with this interval also 0 to L, but it is better if your interval is from minus L to L. So what I can do is, I can extend this function in two ways. I can extend this function as minus L to 0, 0 to L. So this is your function like this. I can just take its image, mirror image. So it is like this. So ये function कौन सा बनेगा? Even के odd? Even. Okay. And then I can assume that this particular function repeats itself after period 2L. मतलब मैं assume कर सकती हूँ कि ये function ऐसा है, इधर से भी ऐसा और इधर से भी ऐसा. Is that okay? Now ये वाला जो नया function बना है इसका Fourier series लिखा जाएगा? Can you write Fourier series for this new function? because this new function is piecewise continuous and is periodic with period 2l given on the interval minus l to l. So for this particular function, we can write Fourier series which is valid for whole real line and in particular on the interval 0 to l. क्योंकि हमारा जो ओरिजिनल फंक्शन था वो सिर्फ 0 to l में दिया हुआ था, तो हमने क्या किया है, हमने अपने ओरिजिनल फंक्शन को एक्सटेंड किया इन अ मैनर कि वो इवन फंक्शन बन जाए. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड इवन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ योर फंक्शन. देखो बेटा ये सबको क्लियर है? दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. So let me explain again. You are given a function f of x on the interval 0 to l and I want to write the Fourier series expansion of this function which is valid on the interval 0 to l. Okay, the only information which is given is f is piecewise continuous on the interval 0 to l. So what we have done, using the value of the function in this particular interval from 0 to l, we just extend it from 0 to minus l to 0. मतलब इसकी सिर्फ आपने इमेज ले ली, मिरर इमेज. So in that sense it will be an even function. Fine. And then you can assume that it is repeating itself after a period of 2l. And for this new function which you have created, you can write the Fourier series, and that Fourier series is valid everywhere. So in particular is valid on the interval 0 to l. Any doubt here? किसी को कोई doubt है, please ask. So in this case, because your function is an even function, can you tell me what will be the Fourier series? क्योंकि even function है, bn तो 0 हो जाएगा. A naught will be what? 1 by l minus l to l f of x dx. Now क्योंकि हमें सिर्फ 0 to l तक information है, so we want integration from 0 to l and f is even, so I can write it as 2 to l 0 to l f of x dx. Is that okay? Similarly, an which was 1 by l minus l to l f of x cos n pi x by l dx, that will be again, because this function is even here, so I can write it as 2 by l 0 to l f of x cos n pi x by l dx. Okay, so this is your bn, this is your a naught, and this is your an. So the series will be, so Fourier, इसको बोलते हैं Fourier cosine half range series. So for a function, this is f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus n from 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by l, where a naught is given by 1 and a2 is given by 2. An is given by 2. A naught is given in 1 and an is given in 2. Is that thing okay? So this is cosine half range series. So आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए कि कैसे बनती है ये. Although in the questions आप सिर्फ ये फॉर्मूला यूज करोगे, बट आपको पता होना चाहिए कि अगर फंक्शन पीरियोडिक दिया ही नहीं हुआ तो हाउ यू आर राइटिंग द Fourier series expansion ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन. क्लियर? कोई डाउट यहां तक? Am I audible?
हम इसकी स्टेटमेंट दिखाना एक बार ऊपर स्क्रॉल करके.
स्टेटमेंट ये है बेटा कि यू आर गिवन अ फंक्शन f of x on the interval 0l which is piecewise continuous, nothing else is given. So can you write a Fourier series for this function f of x which is valid on this interval 0 to l? Right, so answer is yes. और उसका प्रोसेस क्या है कि आप अपने फंक्शन को पहले एक्सटेंड करोगे. ठीक है, एक्सटेंड करके आपने एक नया फंक्शन बना लिया. सो ऑब्वियसली दिस फंक्शन इज नॉट इक्वल टू योर ओरिजिनल फंक्शन, बट ऑन द इंटरवल 0 to l दे आर इक्वल. कैन यू सी? So इसका मतलब whatever will be the Fourier series expansion of this newly created function is same as the Fourier series expansion of this original function in the interval 0 to l. Got it?
यस मैम.
मैम ये इवन एक्सटेंशन वाली बात कैसे बोल रहे हैं हम?
देखो बेटा आप क्या कर रहे हो, 0 to l आपको फंक्शन दिया हुआ ना सिर्फ, तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम 0 to -l में उसकी मिरर इमेज ले रहे हैं ना। मैं कुछ और भी ले सकती थी, मैंने मिरर इमेज लिया, इसका मतलब मैंने अपने फंक्शन को इवन बनाया है। दैट इज व्हाई आई एम कॉलिंग इट एज एन इवन एक्सटेंशन।
ओके मैम, ठीक है।
Okay, so I will show you an odd extension also. So this is Fourier half range series. Okay, so let us see, there is another way. Again you start with 0 to L, your function is given. Again I will take the same function. This is my function, right? This is L and this is 0. So अब मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, मैंने अगेन इसकी फूरियर सीरीज लिखनी है. So again I will extend 0 to -L to 0. So मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, इसको ऑड फंक्शन बना रही हूँ, मतलब ओरिजिन में इसकी एक्सटेंशन, इसकी इमेज ले रही हूँ. Symmetry about origin. So this is a function which is defined from -L to L, and then I can assume that this is periodic. मतलब आपका 2L 3L में आपका फंक्शन कैसा दिखेगा? Function will look like this, and then this. Is that okay? And here also, this side also, and this side also. So this is called an odd extension of your function. Okay, so your f of x was this 0 to L, this. You extend it to this new function, this here, on whole of the real line, and this function here is called odd extension of f of x. Clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here you see what you have done. आपने, आपका मेन मोटिव क्या है कि -L to L आपका किसी तरह से फंक्शन डिफाइंड हो जाए. तो एक बार आपने क्या किया, सिर्फ इसकी मिरर इमेज ले ली अबाउट y एक्सिस, दैट इज एन इवन एक्सटेंशन. एक बार आपने इसका ओरिजिन में इसका रिफ्लेक्शन ले लिया, दैट इज द ऑड एक्सटेंशन. Fine. Now, although this function, original function and the newly created function, they are not equal, but they are same on the interval 0 to L. So whatever is the Fourier series extension, Fourier series expansion of the function newly created, that will be same for the f of x on the interval 0 to L. Now can you tell me what will be the Fourier series expansion of this function here? This function is an odd function, therefore its Fourier series expansion में a naught will be 0, a n will be 0. Just a minute beta. Okay, so in the Fourier series expansion, you will have a naught 0, a n 0, and b n will be 1 by L minus L to L f of x sine n pi x by L dx. Fine. Now because this is odd and this is also odd, so total function is an even function. So you can write it as 2 by L 0 to L f of x sine n pi x by L dx. So this is your Bn. So Fourier series will become f of x is equal to n from 1 to infinity Bn sine n pi x by L, where Bn is this. This is called sine half range series of the function f of x. Sine half range series. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
किसी को डाउट इसमें? Now we will do problems, उसमें आपको समझ में आएगा ज्यादा. Find the Fourier cosine and sine series of the function. Find the Fourier cosine and sine series, cosine and sine series of the function f of x is equal to 1, 0 less than x less than equal to 2. Okay? इसका मतलब क्या है? आपने कोसाइन एंड साइन सीरीज निकालना है तो आपको समझ में आना चाहिए कि क्वेश्चन का मतलब है कि एक बार आप अपने फंक्शन को इवनली एक्सटेंड करोगे, एक बार आप अपने फंक्शन को ऑडली एक्सटेंड करोगे, एंड देन यू विल राइट द फूरियर सीरीज. बट फॉर हियर वी हैव टू जस्ट सी, फॉर्मूला लगा सकते हो आप डायरेक्टली, दैट कोसाइन सीरीज के लिए f of x कैसे होगा? कोसाइन सीरीज इज a0/2 plus summation n from 1 to infinity an cos n pi x by l. l कितना है यहाँ पे? 2. l is 2, where a0 is 2 by l 0 to l f of x dx. So f of x is 1, so this is 2. a0 is your 2 and an is 2 by l 0 to l f of x, which is 1, into cos n pi x by l dx, right? So this is sin n pi x by 2 divided by n pi by 2 0 to 2. क्या आएगा ये? What is this value?
0.
0, right? क्योंकि साइन n पाई भी 0 होगा, साइन 0 भी 0. So आपका फूरियर सीरीज क्या बनी? फूरियर कोसाइन सीरीज इज जस्ट 2/2, that is the function itself. So this is the Fourier cosine series. It is okay, right? इसका क्या मतलब है कि सिर्फ पहला कोफिशिएंट नॉन जीरो है, बाकी सारे जीरो है कोफिशिएंट. So this itself is Fourier cosine series. Is that okay? Now let us see Fourier sine series. Sine series will be f of x is equal to summation n from 1 to infinity bn sin n pi x by l, right? So where bn is 2 by l 0 to l f of x, which is 1, sin n pi x by l dx. So this is minus cos n pi x by l divided by n pi by 2 0 to 2, right? So this is minus 2 by n pi. जब आप 2 पुट करोगे cos n pi, that is minus 1 raised to power n. 0 पुट करोगे, that is 1. Okay, so this is your, so you can write it as minus, उसको utilize कर लो, n pi 1 minus minus 1 raised to power n. So Fourier sine series is f of x is equal to summation n from 1 to infinity bn 2 by n pi 1 minus minus 1 raised to power n sin n pi x by l. Is that thing okay? So एक बार आपके पास you have broken your function into cosines, that is this, and the same function has this as sine series. So the same function can have obviously different series because basis function अलग है. इसमें basis function cosines है, इसमें basis function sines है. So the series will be different. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
कोई डाउट यहाँ तक हाफ रेंज सीरीज लिखने में?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us move to the last part of for the Fourier series. इस वीक में हमारा Fourier series खत्म हो जाएगा बेटा. Okay, so उसके बाद we'll be spending time on integral equations. Nice. So let us see application of Fourier series. Although there are so many applications, but we will be concentrating on how we can use Fourier series for solving differential equations. Right. So let us start. I will just give you examples और उसी को हम उसी में देखेंगे कैसे इसको यूज करें Fourier series को. So I am starting with one dimensional wave equation. One dimensional wave equation. Can anybody tell me what is this one dimensional wave equation? क्या होती है? क्या इक्वेशन होती है इसकी? बताओ बेटा. PDs पढ़ ली ना, पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस. So I will tell you the
ut
physics.
is equals to c square ux
क्या बेटा? ut
is equals to c square ux.
no. This is a transport equation. This is not a wave equation. So I'll tell you the physics कि क्या होता है कि suppose you have a string. आपने tightly इसको 0 और L दो points पे इसको tightly आपने बांधा हुआ है, right? And there is a displacement. आपने force लगा के छोड़ दिया मान लो in this direction. Starting में आपने हल्का सा इसको displacement दिया. Suppose this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. तो आपने y direction में इसको हल्का सा force दिया तो ये क्या करेगी? String vibrate करेगी in the direction of y, right? So whatever is the displacement function that is being satisfied, that function satisfies the wave equation. So this is not the wave equation. अगर आप इसको physics laws लगाओगे, so you will get this as your wave equation. UTT is equal to c square uxx. Okay, so this is one-dimensional wave equation where c is constant. That depends on कि आपका string कैसा है, initially आपने क्या किया, so many things, right? Is that okay? So this is your one-dimensional wave equation. इसमें आपके पास कितनी initial conditions और क्या क्या चाहिए हमें, कौन कौन सी conditions चाहिए? Can you tell me? Can you look at the figure here and can you tell me some conditions which are being required for solution of this equation? कुछ conditions दिख रही है यहाँ से? अभी मैंने बोला क्या आपका string यहाँ से बंधा हुआ है, यहाँ से बंधा हुआ है, इसका क्या मतलब है?
Fixed points.
हाँ, so this u here is, u क्या है बेटा बताइए? Twinkle, can you tell me बेटा what is u in this one dimensional wave equation में u क्या है? Twinkle, are you there? No. Asmita, can you tell me बेटा what is this u? क्या है बेटा? Anybody?
U is a function of x and t.
हाँ, but physically यहाँ पे जो मैंने दिखाया उसमें u क्या है? This is the displacement in y direction ना, क्योंकि वही चीज हमने निकालनी है. So this u is displacement in y direction. So wave equation का solution मतलब what you are looking for, you are looking for कि at t, देखो at t equal to 0 मान लो मैंने ऐसे छोड़ा इसको. This is the situation at t equal to 0 मेरी string की, और t equal to 1 पे मान लो मेरा string ऐसा हो गया. This is 0, this is L. तो t equal to 1 पे मेरा string मान लो ऐसा हो गया. So I want to know what these displacements are. This u is a function of x and t. जैसे जैसे t change होता जाएगा u change होता जाएगा और x के with respect to भी change होता जाएगा. So u here is the displacement in y direction. Is that okay? ये clear है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the two conditions which you can see? Because these points are fixed, so there will be no displacement here. So the two conditions clearly are u at x is equal to 0 all times is 0. U at x is equal to L at all times is 0. What these conditions are called? Boundary conditions. So wave equation में always you have these as your boundary conditions. Is that thing clear? How these are the boundary conditions? And then you have two initial conditions because you have two derivatives with respect to time. So there are two initial conditions. So they may be anything, right? आपको u x comma 0 दिया होगा something and curly u by curly t x comma 0 भी दिया होगा. Okay, so this will be given and this is also given depending on कि आपकी क्या problem है उसमें दिया होगा and accordingly you will solve. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us see how we can solve the one-dimensional wave equation using Fourier series. Obviously, Fourier का use बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, but obviously somewhere it is used in the solution. So let us see. Find u in curly 2u by curly t2 is equal to c square curly 2u by curly x2 with initial condition and boundary condition u0t is equal to ult equal to 0, and then you are given u at x is equal to 0. Sorry, ux at t equal to 0 is equal to mu x into L minus x. Mu is a constant, and curly u by curly t at t equal to 0 is 0. So 4 conditions are given. Fine. क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया सबको? सिंपल, आपके पास एक डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन दी हुई है और उसकी 4 कंडीशंस दी हुई हैं, एंड दैट डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन इज एक्चुअली वन डायमेंशनल वेव इक्वेशन. So let us solve it. So you note this thing that u equal to 0 is always a solution, right? Note that u equal to 0 is always a solution of star. Always a
Excuse me, ma'am.
solution.
मैम ये सेकंड कंडीशन क्या लिखी है आपने?
This one beta.
हाँ जी मैम, ये ux है ये.
ये mu is a constant.
ओके
You
ओके,
can call
ठीक है.
it something else if you want, but ये mu है. Okay? जो physics वाला mu होता है, this is just a constant. Is that okay, beta?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. So note that u equal to 0 is always a solution of star. This is called trivial solution. जैसे homogeneous system का होता है. So we are looking for a non-zero solution. We are looking for a non-trivial solution. Fine. So आपने कोई मेथड किया है इसको सॉल्व करने का, पीडीज को सॉल्व करने का? Anything you know? Something called separation of variables. Do you know that? Yes. Right. So we'll start from there. Separation of variables. उसमें क्या करते हो? You assume that your function, which is the solution of your equation, is a multiplication of a function of x only and a function of t only. Right? So what will be curly u by curly t? That will be x as such t derivative. And what will be curly 2u by curly t2? That will be x t derivative, double derivative. And what will be curly u by curly x? That will be x derivative t itself. And curly 2u by curly x2 will be x का double derivative t normal. और यहाँ पे क्योंकि x is a function of x only, single variable, इसलिए derivatives जो है वो partial नहीं रहे. Similar for t. Is that okay to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can anybody tell me कि ऐसा क्यों assume कर सकते हैं हम? Why you can assume like this कि function जो है uxt वो अलग हो जाएगा x और t के functions में? Anybody? Think about it. Why we can do this? Okay, everybody, search for this कि separation of variable में how we can just separate the variables. क्योंकि अगर आपका function मान लो ऐसा है sin x square t square plus tan xy xt, इसको तो नहीं मैं separate कर सकती. How I am sure कि this is not the solution? क्योंकि मुझे solution तो पता नहीं, मैंने assume कर लिया कि ये ऐसा है, x और t का multiplication है. So how you are sure? How you can separate this thing? Okay, try to find out the answers for this. Fine. So अब आपके पास put these things, the value here and here in the given equation. Put these in the given equation, which is utt is equal to c square uxx. So you will get utt is your x t double derivative is equal to c square x double derivative t. Fine. So you can write it as x double derivative upon x equal to 1 by c square t double derivative upon t. C square आपको उधर भी रख सकते हो, आपकी मर्जी है. Now c is a constant. This function is a function of x only. Function of x only. And this function on the right hand side is a function of t only. Function of t only. Now, how is it possible that a function of x only is equal to a function of t only. When is it possible? Always. This is possible only when both are constants. Okay, this is possible only if both are constants. Clear? Okay, let us call that constant as lambda. Say lambda. So what we are saying? We are saying x double derivative upon x is equal to 1 by c square t double derivative upon t is equal to lambda, where lambda is a constant real number. किसी को डाउट यहां तक बेटा?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now this lambda can be positive, negative or 0. So let us discuss the cases separately. So case 1, when lambda is positive. If lambda is positive, so उस case में क्या होगा? So let us say lambda is k square. क्योंकि positive है तो it can be written as square of something. So in that case I have x double dash upon x is equal to 1 by c square t double derivative upon t equal to k square. Right? From here you have x square minus, x double derivative minus k square x is equal to 0 and t double derivative minus c square k square t equal to 0. Fine. So from here, this is an ordinary differential equation with constant coefficients. So I have the auxiliary equation d square minus lambda square equal to 0. So you get d is equal to plus minus, k square, not lambda. D square minus k square equal to 0. So d equal to plus minus k. So x क्या आ गया आपका? बताओगा कोई? क्या आएगा? c1 e raised to power kx plus c2 e raised to power minus kx. Is that okay? Similarly, here your auxiliary equation is d square minus c square k square equal to 0. So your d is plus minus ck. So your t becomes c3 e raised to power ckt plus c4 e raised to power minus ckt. Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what will be your solution in this case? In this case, your solution u xt, which you are saying a function of x into function of t, will be c1 e raised to power kx plus c2 e raised to power minus kx into c3 e raised to power ckt plus c4 e raised to power minus ckt. ये हो जाएगा आपका solution. Now can you see the boundary conditions? Boundary conditions, u x is equal to 0 at all times is 0. Boundary condition. So that gives you x0 into t equal to 0. Now if this is 0, then your x is 0. अगर t 0 हो गया. And we are looking for a non-zero solution. So it implies x0 is 0. Is that okay? For a non-trivial solution, tt cannot be 0. क्योंकि अगर tt 0 हो गया मतलब आपका u ही 0 हो गया. हाँ, x 0 को तो 0 होना ही पड़ेगा. Then only u at x is equal to 0 is 0. So that gives you, इसमें put करो, that gives you c1 plus c2 equal to 0. Is that okay? ये clear है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
मैम एक मिनट
Yes बेटा.
मैम नीचे ही करना वो बाउंड्री कंडीशन जो कर रहे हैं.
हाँ जी. Any doubt or you are noting it down?
मैम हो गया क्लियर, थोड़ा डाउट था.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So the second boundary condition is u at x is equal to L, t is 0. So that gives you xl into t at t equal to 0. Now again this cannot be 0. So you have xl equal to 0. That gives you c1 e raised to power kl plus c2 e raised to power minus kl equal to 0. Now can you solve these two for c1 and c2? बताइए c1 c2 की वैल्यू क्या आएगी यहाँ से? Tell me the value of C1 and C2 from here. जीरो आएगी ना बेटा? यहाँ से देखो ना C2 की वैल्यू डाल दो -C1, यहाँ पे डाल दोगे C1 into something non-zero, so that gives you C1 equal to 0 and C2 equal to 0. Got? इसका मतलब C1 अगर C2 0 हो गया, इसका मतलब this implies x is 0, so that implies uxt is 0. So that is a trivial solution. Okay, trivial solution. इसका मतलब in this case 1 we are getting a trivial solution and we are not interested in this solution. We are not looking for this solution, right? So we did not get anything from this case. Is that okay to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Please see if you have any doubt in this case. Case 1, when lambda is greater than 0, so we get x as this and y as t as this. And when we try to implement the boundary conditions, we get that x is actually 0, right? So that gives you u0. That is a trivial solution. And we are looking for a non-trivial solution. So let us go to the next case. So when lambda equal to 0, case 2, when lambda equal to 0, in that case, what will happen? You will have x double dash upon x is equal to t double dash upon c square t equal to 0. Fine, in that case, you will get x double dash equal to 0, t double dash equal to 0. You integrate it twice, you will get x is equal to c1 plus c2x. Fine, and here you will get t equal to c3 plus c4t. Again, you try to apply the boundary conditions. So again, you have ux equal to 0, t equal to 0. That gives you x0 is 0. That gives you c1 equal to 0. And then you have ux equal to L, t equal to 0. That gives you x at L equal to 0. That gives you c2 into L equal to 0. That gives you c2 equal to 0. So c1, c2, 0 means x is 0. That means uxt is 0. That means a trivial solution. Again, we did not get anything from this case. Fine? Is that okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we will be getting our solution from the next case. Case 3. ये मैं कल डिस्कस करूंगी क्योंकि ये लेंथी है, फिर बीच में रह जाएगा. Case 3, when lambda is negative. So we will assume lambda equal to minus k square. Okay, so we'll start from here tomorrow. Fine? Any doubts, beta?